Hey guys, welcome to another garage vlog. I've got some workout and some clips from the long weekend. So started Friday bank holiday till the Monday. So we've had a short week. We've had our first week with the new gang. We've got through plenty of work and stuff. So I'll put up some clips at the end of the video and some pictures and stuff of what I've been building. And yeah, we'll be continuing with that. I talk a little bit about size of gangs and stuff, and what's sort of best to make money and stuff like that. Obviously, me sort of making the gang a bit bigger. You just see firsthand, how it can speed you up and stuff. Having a full-time hobby. But yeah, I'll see you guys towards the end of the video. So we're probably you're seeing a clip from like a week ago right now. So. Right, see you at the end of the video. Hey guys, back again in the low light of the garage. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed the last vlog. It was a little bit running, a little bit garage, a little bit, talking about work and stuff. Yeah, I'm due an haircut as well, but back out here again. It's Easter Friday. We're not working. I think most gangs aren't working today. I know on our site we're on Ready Mix at the moment on the new site, which has its pros and cons. But one of the pros is we could have got tubs dropped, and I think some of the gangs were going to come in. I don't think any Floatics were in, or anyone else was in for that matter. But I know a gang was going to come in, but I was just not about it. I'm not about it. I want a long weekend. I've had enough. I've had enough after this week. It's always hard the first week on a new site, regardless of, what you're building, getting to know new faces. It's took for granted in sort of the bricklaying world, where people just go from job to job to job to job. But it does have that toll. It does take a toll on you, you ask a normal person who works at a 9 to 5, or works at a company, or works at, say, a fucking, I don't know, a shop or whatever, or a set of offices they've worked at for fucking 10 years. If you said, you're going to have to go and get a new job, you're going to a new job, or you say to someone who works in, like, say, IT, you're going to a new job, you're going to a new firm, it'd be a massive deal for them, massive. They'll be night before, they'll be like, oh, I'm going to bed early, and they'll be worrying this and that, stress, but us as bricklayers, we just take it for granted. We just move to new jobs, and it doesn't, bother us in that sense. The only thing we worry about is when we go to a new site, whether it's all ready for us and got materials, etc. Which this site is good. The houses are easy. There's still effectively boxes. Unfortunately, for people who don't want to just watch, who want to watch bespoke brickwork or more, technical brickwork, they're just boxes again, really. Got a stone sill on them, which is the same as putting anything on under a sill. There's nothing custom about it. It's just picking a sill up and putting it under the window. Voussoirs, precast heads, just the same as putting soldiers on, effectively, probably easier. I've got I've got a mortar gun. I'll show you how I do voussoirs. I was using mortar guns before. Fucking hell. Before I ever even saw anyone use them on YouTube, and they're good. And I've seen a lot of people fuck them up how they do voussoirs. The free-formed voussoir heads. Voussoirs are built traditionally with the bricks themselves, but we just use these days a bit of plywood insulation and a few brick slips fucking stuck onto the front of the head of what people call a pre-formed head. But I just call them voussoirs for short. I've seen loads of videos of people fucking up the way they do voussoirs, and how they point them up. And I've seen people pointing them, putting them in, and pointing them after, which is just a recipe for a bad back and stress. And then I've seen people obviously, pointing them with a fucking jointer on the floor. But if you do it correctly with a mortar gun, and you know how to use them properly, requires a bit of oil, requires a bit of knowing how you get your compo. They're dead easy with a gun. Takes like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So But it's funny seeing how people do it over YouTube, you know. Everyone has their own way of doing it, which is completely fucking fine, you know. I
build things very weirdly compared to some people. You know, the comments tell me that all the time. So, but yeah, the new gang's gone well. You know, apart from it being a short week, which is really crap. When you start a new gang, when you start like increase a gang, or you start a new site, you want like a full weekend to give the site a chance. But the gang's only had 2 days in with me. I've only been there three and a half if you count the induction and everything. I deduct all that, and by the time I even got my trial out my box, you know, I've had probably 3 days there effectively, 3.25 days. So yeah, but it's ready mixed for now. Apparently silos are coming soon. You know, it is uncertain times, you know, with the economy, you know, coming to April now. This is going to be a make or break with this next quarter, whether housing companies pick up and start building. But there is plenty of slabs on this job, and there's, you know, the building private and social houses. So, you know, we'll see where it goes. You know, there is always that uncertainty. You know, this is what I try to sort of instill in these bricklaying vlogs is, you know, the majority of people everywhere, you know, me including myself, we live all month to month. We live effectively mortgage payment to mortgage payment, and everyone needs to be working. And I know that there's, like, say, companies out there. There's, you know, people. You know, there'll be people out there with fucking 100 grand in bank, 200 grand in bank. There'll be companies out there with massive, you know, they'll have massive amounts of work with turnover and continuity, where they're always got a turnover of work. They're always earning, regardless of the climate. In a sense, you know, obviously profits will be down if not as many men are working for them, or not as many. You know, there's going to be decreased amounts of money earned, but there's always a continuity. Whereas us as bricklayers, whereas as gangs, whether whatever size you are, I've been hearing on YouTube some ridiculous size gangs that do not work in the majority of sites. But you know, us as gangs, us as bricklayers, as men on the ground, just workers, we're workers effectively. Some are better than others, some are quick, some are slow, don't matter. You know, we all want to be working every week, and that inherently, when there is a slowdown, that causes a lot of stress for a lot of men. You know, there's a lot of men out there, you know, they struggle. Do you know what I mean? A lot of men out there. There's a lot of people out there. A lot of stress going about. I don't know. I don't think it's helped in the recent times with what the fucking governments have been doing with the past. You know, Pan and then whatever Mick. Can't say it. Can't say the co. And then the you know, can't say it. You can't say it'll get demonetised these days. Censorship's right through the roof. But you know, I don't agree with what's been going on the last few years in the country, and it's just fucking. It's had an effect on people. People, you can see the effect it's had on people. You know, the way that people think, the way that people communicate, the way the people are is increased. We are. I don't think the world's ever been in a more stressful place. You know, people have never been as stressed. I don't know if it's technology. I don't know if it's screens. What I'm fucking looking into right now. There's something going off, and I just want to come with some videos. Obviously, these vlogs are a little bit my sort of, you know, not just purely about work, really training, you know, stuff like that. You know, my personal views sort of thing. But you know, that's why I'm coming with these vlogs, to sort of just show, and hopefully with the bricklaying videos, show people, you know, that you know, this is why I don't agree with the way that bricklaying is in the UK. We don't have any unions, which we should. We should all stick together. We should have a set way of, you know, going about that everyone should follow, and it, you know, it would be better for us. But anyway, well, yeah, that's why I come to you guys here on these videos as just a bricklayer. I've got brother-in-law working for me, another oddie. I've not asked him whether he wants to be in video anymore. Video anyway, so I just keep everyone anonymous, effectively. But with me, and we're just getting through work now. So, but yeah, I'm still harbouring this fucking whatever disease I've picked up. We're in the garage again. We're gonna do some, you know, back on the pulp station. This is 220. That was what I hurt my back lifting. Obviously, you've seen it's not very heavy compared to what I can do. I've done in the past. But you know, this was my training. This was a standard training weight, you know, a couple of years ago. obviously hurt my back doing it. These are my weights. If anyone's not seen the past garage vlogs or training vlogs and stuff, this is where I've been training. This gear, this equipment you see, it has been moved house to house, but it's where I've been training the past 6, 7 years, 8 years, and I know I get, you know, people. There's been YouTubers out there make videos about me and stuff over the time on YouTube and jump to conclusions and whatnot. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna get after it. Do a little workout. It's about 7 hour time we on now. I'm still using the Versa 2. It's really handy for not missing phone calls and all. I need to get a newer watch, you know, but this is, you know, some people know I buy cheap levels. I buy, you know, value. I like value out of me gear, so I try not to get new until it's fucking broken on the floor or it's bent in half, you know. So I try to get my money's worth. So this does enough at the moment, what I want it to, and it's got. Oh yeah, I'll show you. I'm really impressed with some of the features on these smartwatches, but I've got a little cover on it. I've got 4 of these little plastic covers. It'll stop it. I think it is. They do make them a bit more weather resistant, and it shows me the time, steps, what I'm averagely burning in a day, calories wise, and it buzzes on my wrist when I get a phone call, so I can quickly go up. And you wouldn't believe, as you know, even as someone who has a gang, how many phone calls a day you get off. Say, you'll get spam call numbers. You'll get calls from, say, even if you get calls from your missus, or you get calls from about, if you're running a household, you know, you'll get calls about from companies about bills, about, you know, renewing this and that, or you'll get calls from, say, a supervisor about, you know, a drawing detail, or you get calls from, you can get calls even if you deal with if you're booking through a QS, you can get calls from them about if there's any problem with anyone's details in the gang, this and that, you know. You get a lot of phone calls in a day about different shit, and it can add to the stress of the day, or you know, some people love it. You know, some people have that as a job. I've been bricklaying now long enough, working on sites on price for long enough to say an efficient 2-in-1 gang and a quick 2-in-1 gang probably is the best way to make money. A good friend of mine, a man with a lot of experience, bricklaying wise, obviously, has told me many a times a 2-in-1 a fast 2-in-1 is the best way to get through work and earn money, good amounts of money. And he's right, because I've heard lots of things on YouTube about silly sized gangs, and when you go above 2 or 3-in-1, you start losing money, you know, percentage wise. And if you add up like bricklaying, you know, me and my dad have talked about this when he used to work with me. Bricklaying is a numbers game, and the silly sized gangs you see being sort of touted or promoted just don't make you anything. Just have a recipe for not earning money. I could not tell you enough times or enough reasons why. I'd have a list longer than my fucking arm, but let's just say, you know, you've heard it from me, probably heard it from a lot of people. Even Charlie Collison's in effectively 2-in-1 now. You know, it's the best way to make money, and that is pretty much it. You know, 1-in-1 is easier, more stress-free, should I say, but with the work we get through now, probably looking at this first lift up to scaffold in 5 days, pretty much, and that's steady. That's a brand new 2-in-1 gang, so we still haven't really synergised 100%. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have a workout. I'll send my rant over, and then my garage rant. But yeah, I've heard some stuff on YouTube that is just fucking bonkers. So anyway, right, let's go work out.
Woo!
back with another garage vlog / running vlog, wearing one of my other crazy headbands. Hair does need a cut next week, to be honest, so I'm going to start doing these with the GoPro as well. I'm just using the phone at the moment, just because it's easier. Basically we had 2 brand new laptops that we got probably about a year ago, and I got them for YouTube. Mel's broke, which he plays Sims on and other games, and I basically she's using mine now, so I was going to edit on the laptop, but at the moment, with how often I make videos, I can just get away with doing it on the phone. We'll use Power Director, so it's easy enough. I've got an import-export memory card in this Poco X3. It's the only model they do now with these sort of external memory cards. You can put in and out of them. All the new models now and a lot of the Android phones don't have expandable memory anymore, which is annoying, especially if you want to do all your editing on one device, aka the phone. It's Buddy. He is officially my favourite cat. Sorry, fluffy ones. I mean, I'm his favourite, should I say. Since we removed some of the stones out of his bladder or something like that. He had some bladder crystals or something. He almost died, so I did a post about him probably about 8 months ago. That's probably around the time I stopped drinking. Jesus, I'm paying like £1,000 or something ridiculous to get him seen to, even though we had insurance, but with all the fees and shit and then reimbursals you get, it's a bit annoying. You're offering a lot of money for animals and pets. We're cat people. Well, we want a dog as well at some point, but we sort of signed up to having 4 cats, so it's what it is. I've always had cats. Obviously, coming from living on a farm and stuff, my mum's got a dog. Got a Springer, but I'd like to get a dog at some point, take it running. But it's what it is. I've got enough going on. So yeah, we're going to run a half marathon again today. A proper one. I'm going to actually run like 20.8k or whatever it is. I've mapped out a route, I think. Anyway, I think it's going to be that on Strava. With having the new Hodi with us as well, it takes a lot of the strain off me. I'm able to do a bit more running in my spare time and stuff. I hope new Hodi sticks about. I hope he stays. The money's there for him. He's going to be on pretty much top money in the coming months. And with how good he is, and Bean's picking his speed up as well. Will be picking his speed up in the coming months. I'm just setting everything up now for him to lay every day. More things. More videos coming soon. This will be the first year I'll have to set up as a proper business in a sense. I've got away with not setting up as a company for a while, and I just need to do it. It has a lot of tax benefits and stuff. It'll save me some money in the long run, and all the tools I'll have to buy in the coming years and months. It'll be a lot. It'll save me a lot in write-offable expenses. So because I do plan on getting a 3rd car at some point as well. I've got 2 at the moment, but with the work we're getting through and and me just growing as a person, it's not always about being at work all the time making loads and loads of money, but the more you sort of perfect the way you work, the more tools you get to make your life easier. Just in general, the more experience you have as well. And I don't give a fuck how long you've been doing it, how many bricks a day you can lay. If I can lay 1,000 bricks a day, for instance, which I comfortably can now, wasn't the case when I started the channel. I think when I first started the channel, I could lay about 800 in a good day if I was doing well. Whereas, it's took me probably 2 or 3 years to bump that to a comfortable 1,000. But, your baseline moves up and up even after years and years of experience,
And I don't mean like 1,000 rough bricks or 800 rough bricks. I meant, 700, 800 perfect bricks. Now 1,000 perfect bricks, effectively. There's levels to it, what I mean? There's levels, and there's all different. The more experience you have, and the more types of work you do, and the more times you repeat that work as well, the better you can become. Now the climate's getting so strict, you literally now, you don't want to have any pulls off inspectors because they literally want you off the job now. Whereas years ago, if you got a couple of pulls, you'd be like, watch out on the next one. Try not to get those. And it's literally, the game's changing every year. There's YouTubers out there saying they want fucking 8 and 4 gangs and shit like that. And this is what we have to deal with as bricklayers. And as me with like a 2-on-1, with a little 2-on-1, only good for walls and garages. I've got to innovate and keep trying to improve, But anyway, I'm gonna get out on this half marathon. I'm gonna run this. We've signed up to a race, me and my mate, and we're gonna do a proper half marathon. I want to actually do it in like somewhat a decent time, but we'll see. Finish my coffee and get out on my run. It's currently 5 a.m. I think that's a big thing. I think behind the after 8 thing is, obviously everyone, when I started the channel, started sort of putting myself on the YouTubes, people thought I was some fucking lazy fucker who always just arrived after 8, but historically, as you've seen in the last couple of videos, I showed me lifting, and I always got to site at like 7, but I just showed people with the changing times, with, you can only start at 8, changing times, with there being fucking 6 gangs on jobs now, with the sort of expanse of, like, a regular site now has 5 or 6 gangs on, because they're wanting to fucking flood jobs. Great for management, great for program, but not great for bricklayers. And I thought I innovated the way I worked to get there at 8 o'clock after everyone's got their gobo, etc. People jump to conclusions in tons of my videos, but the point of the matter is, if you drink shit tons of beer on the regular, you can't get up early. Just got an hangover. Pretty much 1 at 1. So yeah, let's get out on this run. So I'm like 4k in, not even that. I'm just gassing already. I'm running out of fucking steam. I'm running pretty steady. I'm having a little bit of a walk rest. I've had a drink. Collapsible water bottles. Ideal if you're running with them. Squish them up, shove them in your pockets. I've got a couple of pockets on these leggings. But yeah, I'm going up a lane. It's just hard to keep going when it's dark. But yeah, sun rising in about half an hour, so I keep going. I run a little bit more. I'm determined to do a decent distance, so I'll check in with you in a bit. Yeah, so I'm 9k in. I've done a lot slower than I should have. Obviously, having just 5-6 hours sleep last night wasn't enough. Legs are pretty much fried from that PB I did yesterday. I'm heading back home now. I'm just having to walk periodically for a minute or so segments just to recover enough to run for some more. Managed to get probably about a k in, and a bit of walking, another k. Even though I can do 15k no problem without stopping, it is making, you're not always your best. The fog is making me feel a bit cold as well, so yeah, I just want some pan chocolates and some fucking butter now, warm pastries. That's what I want. I want to go home. I wanted to go home since like 2-3k, but I'm soldiering on because this is not just physical training, sometimes mental training. Stuff goes wrong all the time.
know, whether that's at work and life, bills, debts, you know. It's why I run as well, you know. It's massive. It's probably the hardest, you know. You see me lifting 300 plus kilo deadlifts, you know, squats, bench, lifting heavy weights, exerting myself massively, working long hours. But I'd say running takes the cake on the hardest, especially running on tired legs as well. Trying to just seeing the fucking surrounding, you know, you're in the middle of fucking nowhere, it's foggy, and thinking, right, would I make my way home on my two legs? So yeah, I'm coming up to a bit of a flat section, then a downhill into the next village, the village next to my village where I live. So we're gonna get an easy few K here coming up. I've just basically fucking done all the hills. I don't know if you can see, but it's just hilly as fuck, and that was like a sort of a complete uphill off before that. It's been uphill basically the whole way. He's pro and con of where I live. Hilly as fuck. It's hilly as fuck. For the area, it's hilly. You know, it's the hilliest. You know, Doncaster where I live is pretty flat, but out this way on, Ascot Norton way on, there's a lot of fucking hills, especially for runners. So, right, I'm coming up to this flat bit now. I'm gonna get running. I've seen a bit. I'm about 14.5k in, and yeah, I'm almost at home now. I wanted to get back for 7:30, so I'm back for when Archway's up for Easter. It's hard, that. It's hardest, you know, 10k plus run, yeah, like hardest 15k I've done in ages. Obviously won't recover for it. But I'm gonna run this last k. It's about a k to my house, something like that. Let's try to do this run it as quick as I can. My legs are burning, feet are tired, and I'm shot, to be honest. I'm shot today. I need some food, I need a rest. I'm gonna do a cold plunge when I get in, feel a bit more pain. With PB is in the cold plunge, that's just running the cold bath. Just the cold bath is, you know, up to as high as you can get without it. I'd film me in bath, but I'm doing my bathroom up at the moment, so when I've done that, I'll film some cold plungers to get some. I need to get a chest freezer. I'm going to buy another fridge freezer, American one, something like that. Some bags of ice, and every time I do a cold plunge, just dump a bag in. It's only £1. You do like 3 fucking cold plunges a week, if something like that. That's £3 a fucking week. You know, so fucking what? Yeah, so yeah, right, I'm going to run this last K. So that was a clip from Sunday's run, and this Sunday, which is a week later, where are we going, Arch? Play area. You say it. I suppose that's all you're getting. Oh, he's going to stop it. He's going to stop it. Alright, see you next clip. So that were a workout from, I think it was last Monday, from the Bank Holiday Monday. yeah, I've just been out on a run now. I went on Sunday's run. I went on out at about 7 o'clock. Just did one way out to my dad's and neck of the woods, and then Mel picked me up. So yeah, I'm trying to get out to sleep. It working, obviously. Just at 10 o'clock. But I want to do this outro. Get all these lights turned off. What? Why? Why have you got to go to bed? It's past your bedtime, like 2 hours past your bedtime. But yeah, put the Strava on the screen, and then this is what I did tonight. And yeah, that concludes the guys vlog, to be honest, guys. Back at work tomorrow. Hopefully everyone will be in. Hopefully we'll... Got to pick Dean up anyway, because his van's bust. And hopefully I'm picking Labour up as well. Hopefully. And yeah, we've got a boundary wall to do. Well, tomorrow afternoon. Just got... I'll put a clip up, a little picture. Got a picture of the wall that blew down when we had that wind last week. And I'll put you a picture up of the plot as well. That we've been on for like 5 days or something. Yeah, you know, we've had a little bit of a price drop. Price have dropped a little bit, but the prices per thou vary plot to plot depending on how they get priced. You know, I'll do a video soon on how to price up, how to work out your plots, so you can count, you know, what exactly you're getting per square metre a block, per brick, so you can count them plots up and make sure you know what you're doing per week, and then you can leave enough on you, and like what I recommend to leave on plots for certain lifts, etc. So you're always making money. So yeah. This isn't times we're playing with drains out. Oh, this time. Right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys. Hopefully, maybe in a Brick Lane vlog soon. I don't know. You know, I did a site induction. This site about a week ago. And it said no filming. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I might get a bit out of cam at some point. Just if it's my own work. It's not technically the site. It's my Brick Lane masonry. Anyway, see you guys maybe in a week or so. Hope you had a good week. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe.